Hey, what's up, everyone? Hughes from ET Card Collector. Well, tonight is Friday night, July 17, and I just got home from the Dallas Card Show, the July edition of the show. And man, what a fun show it was. Probably the most exciting show as far as Dallas Card Show that I've had in a really long time. It necessarily was not about the cards today. It was just about the people I saw, the experience I had. I will show you some cards I got because I was able to add some stuff to one of my sets I'm working on. And that's part of the fun is coming home from a show and sitting down in the recliner and turning on a baseball game. It won't be the Rangers because they're getting demolished. It's like 12-0, I think, by Atlanta. But sit down in the recliner, turn a baseball game on, break out the notebooks of sets, and then fill in the sets where I need them. So that's all part of the fun. But today was not necessarily about cards. Today was about who I got to see and who I got to meet and who I got to hang out with. And so I'm going to go over all that with you. I took off of work today to go to the show like I do on the Friday of every show. I left a little earlier than normal, and I met a coworker. I met a former coworker for lunch over there in Allen. He works in Allen, so we got to meet and eat and catch up, and just a lot of fun there. And then I had to run to the bank to see Emily, and then I had to go from there to the show. And so I got to the show and I'm walking around and I run into baseball collector Mike. And he says he's on the hunt for a certain card, and it's like, hey, let's all go look for it. So, we go into one of the rooms. I think there's four small rooms and then a big humongous room and then another one about middle size. So there's 6 rooms in all. And we went into one of the rooms, one of the second largest room, where there's a lot of vintage dealers, and we looked for that card and couldn't find it. But anyway, so I ran into him. I'm going to try to remember everybody I ran into. I ran into Matt from Straight Race Cards. I ran into, and that's all I remember. But man, what a day it was. And then when the show ended for us, we all left about 5 o'clock, 5:30, somewhere in there. We went and ate dinner. And there I was able to meet Chris from Missouri. I was able to meet Tom that runs with him. And I was able to meet Mike Bassick, Texas Rangers television announcer, being a Rangers fan since '82, having so many cards in the collection. I remember Mike Bassick well from his playing days. I remember his dad well, not necessarily from his playing days, but the cards that I have of his dad. So I'm telling you, that was so much fun getting to sit with him and learn the ins and outs of the Rangers and really Major League Baseball these days. One of the greatest experiences I've had as far as my collecting. It really reminded me of the time I had at the National in Chicago last year, as you know, and as I mentioned, the National last year was my first trip up there. It's not necessarily about the cards. I mean, you can buy cards on Facebook and eBay and auction houses and all that. It's about getting together with other collectors, and whether it be having a meal, whether it be just helping other collectors look for the cards they're looking for, just sitting down and talking baseball, talking sports, talking card collecting. That's what it's truly about, and what this hobby is about to me and to us. Getting to meet people, getting to see people, and that's what today was. Like I said, I picked up some stuff for sets I'm working on, and I will show that. But man, just getting to see everybody. And I'm sorry that I forgot names. I'm terrible with names. I know Garrett was there with Mike, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's one day I'll remember for a long, long time as far as my collecting career goes. And it makes me kind of wish I was going to Chicago for the National. I'm not going there this year. My plans are to go next year, and so it really makes me want to go, but I know I can't. So but anyway, like I said, we sat down at dinner and got burgers and drinks and steaks and whatever else everybody had, and watched the Ranger game, watched some other baseball, talked baseball between Mike Monahan, who knows the game as well as anybody, Mike Bassick, who is inside, if you will, an insider because he's at the games, talks to players. So it was just so much fun, so much history, so much talk. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that. I feel like I'm just rambling on, but I do want to show you some cards. So the last purchase I made, I'm working on a 79 top set, and I picked this box of cards up. It's a little over 375, it says. I did not pay $45, I paid $30 for that. And so I will go through that tonight and hopefully add a bunch. I'm right now about 200 cards shy of the set. So I've got a lot of room to go, and hopefully that box will contain a lot of the ones I need. So if not, I'll just add them to my trade box or whatever else. The next thing I got was some singles that were in a they were $5 a piece, so if you bought 5 of them, they were $4 a piece, so 5 for $20. I gave one of the ones away. It was a Michael Jordan insert card from the 90s. I gave that away to one of the guys that we had dinner with, and oh my gosh, I cannot believe I don't remember his name. I promise you, as soon as I hang up this video, I will remember his name. But for now, I don't. And so I just got 4 cards to show you from that purchase. The first one is a 75 Topps Highlights Nolan Ryan. That'll go into my Nolan Ryan collection. The second one is a 2024 Topps Archives Green of Evan Carter. So we're going out to East Texas tomorrow to have dinner with my family. My nephew's birthday was a week ago yesterday. He loves Evan Carter. In fact, that's his favorite player. He's got Carter jersey, and he has quite a few Evan Carter rookie cards. So he doesn't have this one. So I bought that to give to him. And so that'll go into his collection. The next 2 are cards I bought just because I remember this set so well. 93 Finest, that's not the refractor, but just a base card of Bo Jackson. And then a base card of Ryne Sandberg. That set sells so well, even the base cards. Like I've got the Nolan already. But man, those cards are so popular. It's just crazy, even if they're not refractors. I did see, speaking of 93 refractors, there was one, a Griffey PSA 9, that sold for $16,000 at the card show on Thursday night. So that's just amazing to me that, you know, a card from 93 in a PSA slab could sell for that. This last lot of about 14 cards I got all come from 1979. They're all Hall of Famers. I know I need the majority of them, and if any of them are extra, I'll just put them in my trade box. I did not have my checklist with me, but we'll go through those right quick. Lou Brock, right there on the Cardinals. Jim Palmer. Tom Seaver. Bruce Sutter. Dave Winfield. Carl Yastrzemski. Jim Rice. Another Jim Rice. The league leaders. Pete Rose. Andre Dawson. Carlton Fisk. Johnny Bench. Reggie Jackson. And Mike Schmidt. So I paid right at $2 a piece for those cards, those Hall of Famers. Like I said, I paid $30 for that box of 79. So I keep a chart running. And so as of right now, I am about $30 into a set, you know, that's what I've got into it with what I've traded and bought and sold. So that's the fun part to me. Obviously the goal is to put a set together and break even. That probably won't happen, as I still like, you know, hopefully around 100 cards or less. But right now I'm not a whole lot into it. I'm cheaper than buying it. It's not as fun to just buy a complete set, but it is fun to put the set together. So anyway, that's what I got for you tonight. I appreciate you watching, and so long.